content. Yo, salute to everybody already here in the building. Appreciate every single one of you. Welcome to the latest installment of the Graphk and Hammer Show. I am one of your hosts, Graphk Raider. Salute to the greatest chat in YouTube history. As always, make sure you guys wipe them feet, break them thumbs, hit that subscribe button. And I'm not here alone. I got my little brother and co-host, Hammer. What's good, bro?
Raider Nation, y'all know what it is. Throw those ones up one time.
Acknowledge me. You are acknowledged, kind sir, man. Salute to Green Dot Gang. I see everybody already heavy, man. My God, Just Raiders, baby. Nada, Loso, everybody in here, man. JXR, salute to you guys. So, man, I appreciate y'all so much. As always, thank you, LV. I changed the show today, you guys. I was going to do a coffee and convo this morning, but me and the wife decided to go out today. It's our 12th wedding anniversary. So salute to the beautiful wife and salute to everybody understanding, you know, that we went out there doing our thing. I know some people, what happened to the live? What happened to the live? Well, my life happened to the live. So, you know, took the beautiful wife out to eat, man, went to the cigar lounge, hung out a little bit. 12 years married, 14 years strong. Thank you guys to everybody who tapped in on the community tab, Twitter, Instagram, with all the love. Appreciate you guys so much, man. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Family means everything to me. So I appreciate everybody understanding and just all the love that we were getting, man. How you feeling, bro?
Good, man. You did a lot of talking earlier, but I couldn't pass up being back on for my big bro and being on for the nation as well. And yeah. I put my blessings and my love during the live and shouted you guys out. And again, happy anniversary and many more.
Appreciate it, my brother. A lot to talk about. I know you did your respective live earlier. Salute to our guy Joe out there, boots to the ground in Las Vegas. If you guys didn't get a chance to, run that back over on Hammer's channel. You know, a lot to talk about. I really haven't gotten a chance these past few days. I've kind of just took a break. We were just going with the lives. Wanted to sit back. But you know what, man? Tonight I was like, we're home now. You know, wife getting ready for work tomorrow. Man, kids are set up. Let's just run it. Let's just run it. You know what I mean? I want to talk about the whole Geno Maxx, Pete Carroll situation in Seattle. I want to talk about our new signing today. We added some depth to that safety room, potentially the linebacker room. We'll talk about that here in a second also. And then I want to talk about this JPJ and Alex Kappa situation. And to be real, I want to start there because today, you know, Pete Carroll was out there at the presser and he stated that JPJ was dealing with a ribs injury. Apparently he got punched in the ribs. So that he was out there at camp today. He wasn't playing. He was out there, I think, early, and then he was seen on the sideline with his helmet, but he wasn't participating. Alex Kappa also, you guys, dealing with a ribs injury as well. I don't know the severity. Well, actually, I do know the severity. Pete Carroll basically stated that it's not that serious. He has a rib injury. This is what Pete Carroll had to say. It's a crack or something like that, and we're making sure that he gets back. It's a pretty subtle injury, but it does take a little while, and it's hard to even take a breath at times. He's coming back, and I feel pretty good about it. He feels pretty good about it. It's not a long-term deal at all. He goes on to say, you know, talked about the JPJ situation, that he's dealing with the rib injury as well, and that Antonio Mafi was seen at right guard today in his place, getting first-team reps. This is like the latest saga, little bro, of JPJ. You know, he was at practice once again, but he isn't participating in team drills so far. That's what Tashawn Reed said. I've seen some conflicting things. I thought he was out there early on, and then he was seen on the sideline. Whatever. I wasn't out there today, and I wasn't really too much in tuned with Twitter and Raiders social media at all today. But I had something to say about this because I just kind of find this strange. Like, okay, yeah, JPJ is dealing with the rib injury. you want to keep him safe. They already moved him from the center position to the guard spot. Jordan Meredith, I know Dylan Parham had stated that the communication has been great with him at the center spot. Cool. Some people were saying that maybe JPJ was dealing with some problems there with the communication aspect of things at the center position. That's why he was moved to the guard spot. The thing is this. Okay, he's dealing with a rib, but before the rib injury, what was going on? That's the question I have, because he's with the twos, he's with the threes, he's with the ones, he's with the twos, he's with the threes, he's with the ones. Before the rib injury, that I don't know when it was sustained. I'm guessing it was against the Seattle Seahawks because he played a ton in that first preseason game. Yeah. But what is the situation that was going on prior to this? I'm just trying to figure that out, Hammer, because once again, I'm confused by JPJ just kind of falling. Like, I don't know. Like, what is the situation with him and his coaching staff? Terrell, what's going on?
That's the thing. Nobody seems to know. Talked about this earlier in terms of ultimately they're going to want the best starting 5 linemen out there moving forward. And if they think that Meredith is that guy at center and JPJ is better fit at right guard, like, we haven't heard much about Kappa. I definitely don't remember seeing Kappa play on Thursday night. So it's like, is this what it is? Like, next man up and kicking one over? Like, JPJ, we presumably thought was the starting center, and now you're kicking him over to the right, and now there's a rib injury. Like, it's not adding up, but at the same time, like, I'm going to run with what Brennan Carroll, what Chip Kelly, what Pete Carroll are doing right now. So, unless said otherwise, because even in the presser today, he said, Pete talked about it. Like, this could be a thing that runs into even into the regular season, like, where we don't necessarily know who our starting 5 are at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And if we gotta do that and even go a couple of weeks in and rotate in and out, and we've seen that happen before. But ultimately, I'm trusting in these guys and what they're doing and the moves that they're making. So we'll see what happens with that.
You just can't convince me that, and I'm not speaking to you directly. I'm just saying that your top 5 offensive linemen doesn't include JPJ, regardless if it's guard or center. Look, I'm still bought in that JPJ is going to be the starting center come week 1. I'm still there. I don't care. You can't prove to me any other than JPJ is the best center on this roster. I like Will Putnam. I love Jordan Meredith at the guard spot, and maybe he will be the center this year. I don't know, but there's no selling me that. And I know a lot of people quit crying. These guys get paid the big bucks to put these guys where. Look, that's cool and shit. But if you're saying that you got to have the top 5 players out there, I'm still trying to figure out then once again why JPJ at times, even when healthy before this injury was sustained, why he was out there with the twos, why he was out there not getting full team 1 reps. Like, why is he not getting only reps with the ones? I understand that you maybe want to get some looks. You want to see what Laki Tassi looks like. He looked great late in that game. And I think down the line, once he gets his technique together, he can be a starting guard at the next level. I think that he can be a baller for us. It's going to take some time. He's a developmental talent, you guys. He's just moving over from defensive tackle and a rugby player to a guard. It's going to take some time. But you can't sell me on this. I don't, there has to be something else to this. And I'm not one of them people that tries to throw rumors into the universe because I want my team to win. I want my team to be successful. I don't want anyone in the locker room thinking that something is this and something is that. And if it's not that, I'm not here to create any type of chaos or fuck up the dynamic of what they have going on in the locker room. I'm just stating the obvious here, Hammer. If JPJ is not starting week 1, in which I still in no world, I don't see it happening, there has to be a ton of question marks around Brennan Carroll, Joe Philbin, Chip Kelly. I don't get it. They're like, JPJ did all the work in the offseason. He was out there early with Maxx Crosby, late with Maxx Crosby, got his body right. He's been out there spending a ton of time with his teammates. I'm just trying to figure out what the hell's going on. I know a lot of people are throwing out some crazy conspiracy theories of coaches. We're not doing any of that, okay? JPJ is not that kind of guy, okay? Yeah, exactly. We're not doing any of that. JPJ's not that kind of dude. I believe he just got married or is getting married here very soon to the love of his life. We're not throwing any crazy shit at the wall and hoping that it sticks. We're not doing that. He seems like a great individual. I'm just trying to figure out what the hell is going on. Salute to Funky Hair Man on becoming a member, one of the greatest names in YouTube history. If you guys want to become members, hit the link. It's pinned up top on both sides. We both have our respective memberships. Funky, my dog, I appreciate you so much. LV says, sounds like a crack rib to me. Just my opinion. Well, and Pete put it out there that it sounded like he got punched in the ribs. Alice Kaplan sounds like more maybe a crack rib potentially, but he's a veteran. I think that he'll fight through it. But I don't think that, in any world, Hammer, what do you think if JPJ, come week 1, we're in New England, we're facing Vrabel and company on the road, and JPJ is not starting on that offensive line, and he's healthy? Let's just say,
pissed. I'll be pissed. I
don't get it. I don't get it. Ain't Raiders guy. I hear you. They're testing the waters. I understand that. But some things you just don't do. And I know a lot of people may say, well, he's only a year 2 guy, and he's not proven at the next level. Okay, cool. You guys have your thoughts on it. I have my thoughts on this. JPJ, we were high on him that entire draft class. Yep. When we took him, I was so pissed that they moved him to the guard spot in year 1. I was very upset because I thought that he was the best center in that draft. Remington winner. The guy wants to play the center position. You can see it in his eyes. You can hear it in his voice. When he said to Ashton Genty, I'm your center, it meant a lot for him to say that. I understand Pete Carroll has no ties to him. This is year 1 with him, running the show. But this is the first time that I've really questioned this new regime. I'm just trying to figure out what the hell is going on here. If he's dealing with an injury, great. Keep him on the sideline, get him right. JPJ has dealt with some things in the past. I understand, concussions and certain things. But it sounded like coming into camp, he was healthy, working out, doing everything that he needed to do. Usually I'm not the person where there's smoke, there's fire. I need to see it to believe it. There's just, Hammer, I feel like there's something to this, and I just don't understand. I don't really know what it is. I'm trying to get to the bottom of it. I'm making calls. Nobody can tell me shit. I'll be in Vegas on Thursday. I'll be at the alumni party Friday. I'll be around some of the rooks and some guys out there, and I'm definitely going to just at least just kind of see, like, what's going on. Like, is there anything going on behind the scenes here? Because I honestly don't understand this. I don't. To me, he is your second best offensive lineman behind Colton Miller. And he could be a better offensive lineman, period, better than Colton Miller because, once again, Colton, 29, 30 years old. He hasn't had a Pro Bowl or All-Pro under his belt up to this point. Plays at a high clip every year outside of the beginning of last season where he was dealing with some injuries. But I'm very, very confused by this situation. And Marcus, I'm with you here, brother. Bro, I just trust that they'll get it right. Me too. And Dan, I'm not trying to make too much out of this, bro, but every practice, it seems as though he's just getting more deeper into the doghouse. I don't know what it is, man. Like, I don't. Maybe they see things differently. I don't know. We shall see. But once again, JPJ dealing with the rib injury, you guys. Alice Kappa as well. So it looks like both our right guards at this point are dealing with some things. Stay tuned for that. Sounds like Alice Kappa should be back soon. Pete said that he doesn't expect this to be a thing that's going to linger on for a long time. And then JPJ to be determined with what he got going on with that. It sounds like, I think he said that he got punched.
Yeah, he got punched in the ribs.
And we all know that can affect your game for sure. So we'll see where this thing goes. Salute to Raider Mo on a $5 special. Appreciate you, brother. I believe Meredith is getting much burn at center so that we don't have a big drop off at the center because who else could take over in case JPJ gets hurt? Well, this is the thing, Raider Mo. The more reps you take away from JPJ, the less effective he's going to be. Like, honestly, like this is year 1 with Geno Smith also. He needs as many team 1 reps with Geno as possible. At first, I was on that train of, you know what, Meredith is over here working with Geno because you want to make sure if he has to jump in at center with JPJ dealing with injuries in the past, that you want to have somebody there with some chemistry, some camaraderie with QB1. I'm not buying this shit anymore. I'm not. I think that they really think that Jordan Meredith can be the better center. And I want your opinion on what Dylan Parham said. Hammer, did you look how'd you look at that situation where he said that Meredith has been great at the center position and that he's communicating very well? Do you think that is maybe the reason? Because that was the rumor, right, in Raider Nation for a few days was it's a communication problem. Kappa was out there calling shots when he was out there right guard, and now Meredith is at the center position, and he's being very communicative with those guys. I mean, what are you buying? Are you buying that, or like what do you take from Parham saying that?
I don't know. I'm taking Parham's quote as like, dude, weren't you a center for us like 2 years ago?
I mean, well, a lot of people looked at him to be the center for sure.
Like, are you just trying to co-sign on something that maybe Carroll and Chip Kelly want? Is that why you said what you said? Like, it's crazy that we're even having this conversation right now for the simple fact that we've officially gone through our first preseason game. We are less than a month away from our very first regular season game. And it's like, why is this a thing right now? Why did it have to be made into a thing right now? Like,
and apparently, Hammer, the offensive line struggled today at camp. So something to monitor. They didn't look great in the first preseason game. Genty just kept running into a wall, 3 touches, -1 yard. So he couldn't get rolling. But this is the thing. Everybody that keeps saying, it's a competition thing. Well, outside of the defensive line, where else has been the competition? Geno was solidified as the number 1 guy. The wide receivers look like they're pretty much solidified with Dante, Tucker, and Jacoby, right? Besh is looking like he'll be a guy that'll come in and get a ton of reps, but also play some special teams. But where's the other competition at? I mean, it looks like Stokes and Porter are your starters. Yep. I mean, I know DCAM has been getting some looks out there also. The safety spot's pretty much sewn up with Palomau and Jeremy Chin. Where's the other competition at? The linebacker spot's pretty much seem solidified as well with Pratt, Elandon, and Devin out there. Well, let me say this. Jamal Adams is making his case right now. He's probably going to be a starter moving forward. Devin White did not look good at all in that first preseason game. I'm not going to put too much stock into that because, once again, first preseason game, so it is what it is. But I'm just like, okay, well, if it's competition, where's the other competition at? Like, okay, great. This to me seems like it's just they're pinpointing JPJ and he's losing reps with the starters at camp day by day. So, it is what it is. And Raider Nation 510, I'm not saying there's no competition at the linebacker spot, but if you ask any Raider fan right now, 9 out of 10 will probably guess the same starters. Like, it sounds like these are the same guys. Before Jamal Adams came in, it was a foregone conclusion, right? It was Elandon, it was Pratt, and then Devin White.
Yep.
Now Jamal has a say right now, and it looks like you're not going to be able to keep him off the football field. So I'm just stating the obvious here. It's weird to me how they're going about this offensive line, especially hearing that they're struggling out there. And if they're struggling, Hammer, try some things different. Why don't you put JPJ back to his natural position? that sounds like
I'd much rather see it that way and just have Meredith at right guard. If Cap is not ready, he's not playing up to par right now, like, then go the other way with it.
Yeah. Black Mob, no, I understand. Elandon didn't look great in that game either. I totally forgot that he was on the football field. me and Big Mike did that show, and we're like, was Elandon even on the field? But once again, first game, first contact, a ton of vanilla. Once again, Pete Carroll stated that they weren't going to show their hand in the first preseason game, and they're not going to do it the next 2 games either. We're not going to see what this team looks like schematically until we're in New England come week 1. So only the players know behind the scenes what this actually looks like and what it's going to look like when real football comes around. So it is what it is. We'll see. Once again, I'm not against competition, you guys. JPJ definitely has to earn a spot. But to me, when you use the 6th pick, Hammer, on a running back, why are you trying to get creative with the O-line and trying to like why? To me, it's like, why? If JPJ is the best center you have on this roster, at least you have that sewn up, right?
Why do you think we got rid of Andre James?
But if Colton Miller is your best left tackle, he's out there at the left tackle spot. If DJ Glaze is your best right tackle, he's out there. I know in preseason, some other guys got some reps. Mumford looked terrible. They had Dalton Wagner out there at one point. Charles Grant was getting some looks also at tackle. But once again, don't overthink this. It's year 1 and you drafted a running back in the top 10. Like, don't shy away from putting your best foot forward with the best player at that respective position. I don't get it. If you went out and got, let's just say you went and got Jahdae Barron. Okay, a little different. You took a running back, Hammer, a guy that is coming off a monumental season that needs the best O-line in front of him to be effective. if you want Gentry to get rolling and you don't want people to look at him as this so-called bust, and I don't at all, put your best players out there at the positions that they're comfortable at. Jordan Meredith, I get it. If he's out there playing to me, what do you think about him at center? What did you think with how he looked out there?
Meh.
I mean, it wasn't a great performance. And once again, I
and
expect these guys to struggle in week one. I don't expect them to go out there and look like just form this big brick wall and nobody can get past them. And
the only reason both of them were out there as long as they were, and Pete Carroll said this in the presser before, was that he wanted to get as much on tape on both of them and evaluate. So again, week one of the preseason, and everybody is like already up in mass hysteria over this shit. I'm not hearing this about other teams that were getting dog walk in week one of the preseason, but of course it's us. So this is the bullshit we have to deal with.
And once again, I don't want to make this situation bigger than what it needs to be. But once again, when you're dealing with the player as great as JPJ, and I know how great he can be, and I think most of you guys know that as well, it's just very puzzling. It's very... I don't understand what they're trying to do. I don't. And hopefully, come week one, they just played everybody and they put the best guys out there.
Yeah.
And JPJ's at center, Colton at left tackle, Parham at left guard, Kappa if healthy at right guard, and then you got Glaze there at the right tackle spot. Salute to Chris. Jack Jones got a pick right away. They took it away from a penalty though. I think Jack's gonna be good out there in Miami, man. If Jack is bought in, if he's bought in. There was a lot of off-field stuff, and I think Jack will be the first one to tell you, and he did on a pivot, that he wasn't bought in. It was on him why he's no longer a Raider. We know how good he can be if he's bought in. That's a major question mark because Jack seems to be distracted, by a lot of shit, off the field. So, but in Miami ain't the easiest place to get out there, as well. So only time will tell if Jack, they're going to need him. Because they're struggling at the DB spot. All those guys went down. They need him to be a starter. They picked up him and Hilton. I hope Jack goes out there and balls out. I know that it looked like he was dealing with an injury the other day, but thank God it was a cramp. They had to pull out. Somebody had to pick him up off the football field, and I believe he was carted off, but it was just cramps. So thank God. But I'm excited to watch Jack this season. I'm definitely going to keep a close eye on him. Salute to DeMokes, my dog, on a $5 special. First changing Gentry's stance, then changing the O-line lineup, especially when we took O-line in the draft and getting Kappa. I don't know, man. It doesn't feel right. And look, DeMokes, you're right. But once again, we're just podcasters. We're just Raider fans. We love this team. And we have to talk about how we think this thing should look, right? At the end of the day, in the grand scheme of things, me and Hammer's take doesn't really matter. These guys get paid the big bucks to put their best players out there and so on and so forth. So I respect it. But once again, if you want your rookie running back to be effective, if you want him to continue that trajectory from Boise State from last year to this season at the next level, I don't understand all the moving and shaking there in the front line. I don't understand it. But hey, maybe it's not for me to understand. It is what it is. Salute to the greatest chat in YouTube history. As always, you guys, wipe them feet, hit them thumbs up. If you guys are not subscribed yet, what are y'all waiting on? We got 700 people here in the building. Appreciate you guys, whether you're watching on Twitter, Hammer's House, my channel, doesn't matter. Just get those likes up. Hit the subscribe button if you guys are not subscribed yet. And I think that stance at some point, you guys, when he gets comfortable, when he gets to, up to the speed of the game, they'll allow him to do what he needs to do. But, I think right now, let's focus on Gentry getting the system down and going out there and being effective and being the guy that we know we can be in year one. Also, our Raiders went out and made a move today. We know that the former first rounder, Terrell Edmonds, was in a building a few days ago. He left without a deal from what I was hearing. There was mutual interest still when he left the building. They wanted to see what they had, and boom, Lonnie Johnson is out for a nice amount of time. The safety spot was kind of up and down against Seattle. I like this move. We signed Terrell Edmonds, former first-round pick from the Pittsburgh Steelers. These last few years, he hasn't played a ton, you guys. I believe he was on the practice squad last season. He hasn't played a lot these last 2 or 3 seasons. 6'1", 217 pounds. Once again, a former first-round guy that went 28th overall to the Pittsburgh Steelers back in 2018. What do you think about this move? I like it. It's a depth move. This is a guy that can move around at the safety spot, put him in the nickel as well. once again, he hasn't been that guy that a lot of people assumed he would be coming into the NFL. Pittsburgh invested a first-round pick, and it really never panned out. He's an 8-year veteran, played in 101 games. He has started in almost 80 games over those seasons, played for the Steelers, Eagles, Titans. Last year, he played for the Jaguars. According to Raiders.com, 451 total tackles, 308 solo, 17 tackles for a loss, 7.5 sacks, 6 picks, 28 passes defensed, 11 quarterback hits, 1 forced fumble, 1 fumble recovery over his career. He also has a few postseason games that he played in with the Steelers. So he's a veteran. I like this move, bringing him in. Do you think that he makes this roster, Hammer? And if so, where do you have him at? Is he just more of a depth piece, rotational guy? Can this be another Jamal Adams type situation? Maybe. How do you feel?
Camp body.
Camp body?
Looking at the last 2 seasons, that looks more and more like a camp body.
Okay. And look, I'm not here to question that at all, because once again, he's missed a ton of games these last few seasons, but it's kind of been the trend, right, of Pete Carroll. And usually guys do this in year 1, right? Hammer, like guys come in, they're just trying to figure out who's going to stick, who's not. So they bring in a bunch of veteran guys on these 1-year deals, hence Devin White, Jamal Adams, Landon Roberts, a bunch of these veteran guys that have been there and done that and just want to see if they stick. Went got Jermaine Pratt, signed him to a 1-year deal. I think that those guys are really going to be fighting for starter spots. I don't think that this guy will. I think he'll be a rotational guy once again. But I do like the thought of him potentially coming up and playing in the nickel for us a little bit. Being that big body 6'1" guy that can come up and play in the slot for us at times as well. So we'll see. But once again, the Raiders went out, made a move today, you guys. They're not done trying to put this thing together before week 1. It's going to be interesting to see if Edmonds gets any type of burn against the 49ers come Saturday. You think we'll see him out there? We've seen
if Booker could get the burn that he got, and he did, for me, in my opinion, I thought he played pretty damn well. There's no reason that Edmonds does not play this coming weekend.
I agree. Salute the brave, man. I appreciate you, brother. And congratulations on your sobriety as well, man. It's always good to see my dog Rick in the building, man. Salute to Raider Rash, my dog, on a $5 smackaroonie. This has Chip Kelly written all over it. You don't like players being in control. I'm sure Chip did not like JPJ saying he's the starting center. Watch Chip. I think that Rash, I know that he's had some situations in Philadelphia, moving on from some great talent. I know that he had some instances at the NFL level where some of his players, his star players, weren't that enamored by him, right? I don't think this is a Chip Kelly situation. I don't. I think that they're trying to get cute here. They're trying to figure out what will work for them in this new system with Brendan Carroll calling the shots. And once again, JPJ is not that type of guy. I think that he finished the season at the center position, Rash. So I don't know why there would be any reason as to why he would have thought that he would be moving back to guard anyways. You know what I mean? Like, I think that he initially thought they were looking at him as a center. I mean, who would have thought that they wanted to talk to Jordan Meredith, a guy that hasn't played a snap at the center position yet at the NFL level, to have him move over to center? So, I don't know, but only time will tell. But I don't think that this has Chip Kelly's fingerprints on it at all. So we'll see. Hold on real quick, y'all. So get a few questions in, you guys. Once again, salute to everybody here in the building. The Raiders did make a move today, once again, signing veteran safety Terrell Edmonds, former first-round pick of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Also, you guys were given a take on why JPJ seems as though he's falling out of favor. It's been really quiet on that front as well. I know that the beat writers have kind of asked a few questions at these pressers, and Pete's been kind of giving the political answers. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, we're just trying to see, the best players and so on and so forth. But I'm just not buying it. I'm not buying it. I think there's something else there. And if he's not there at the center spot come week 1, as a fan, you guys, as a fan, I'll be very, very disappointed. Salute to my guy, Just Raiders, baby. Would love to see more Booker and Tonka. Yes, Tonka had a couple good looks Thursday. Yes. And they're high on him. And apparently he was getting first-team reps today. Him and Booker were interchanging.
Yeah, Butler's out due to family reasons. They said he's been away for the last 2 days. So, yeah, they're getting the first-team reps right now.
And I loved the way Tonka looked out there. I've watched some of the tape afterwards. I checked. I think Sanjit actually did a breakdown on it as well. Salute to our brother Sanjit. Tonka looked good out there. I'm excited to see what the young pup looks like out of South Carolina. Another guy, just Raiders baby, that can play on the boundary and give you some reps at the defensive tackle position. I was kind of intrigued by them labeling him a defensive end on the first unofficial depth chart, but now with so many question marks surrounding the defensive tackle position with the whole Christian Wilkins situation, and now Fotu instilling a boot, I think now they're thinking, oh shit, we're kind of in scramble mode, and now Tonka's probably going to go back to the defensive tackle position. But he's going to be a fun player to watch develop there in the interior of that defensive line. A guy to me that can probably provide some pressure on the quarterback from that spot, not only in the run game, but a guy that can get to the quarterback. So only time will tell. We'll see. But that's a player I'm very intrigued with. Him and JJ. I thought Pegues looked good at times as well in that preseason game. So look, man, these rooks, and it looks as though the starters are going to get a ton of burn against the Niners. Hammer, did you hear Pete Carroll mentioning that as well? What do you think about that? Because
I'm happy with that.
Okay.
I had somebody ask me earlier. I'm very happy with that. I would much rather see these guys get maybe the whole first half. If that, or even like a quarter and a half. But I want to see who we think the starters are going to be, get more reps, get more action, especially with the defense, work on that tackling a hell of a lot more than they did this past week.
Yeah.
And see where it goes.
So the Super Omni, my guy, I think the JPJ thing will have repercussions for the entire offensive line. If they can't make it work at center, I already doubt the competency of the line coach. And we'll see. Brendan Carroll, this is his first stint as an offensive line coach at the NFL level, correct? I know he came over from Washington. I know he has a resume, but once again, Omni, I'm not putting everything on Brendan Carroll. There's a reason they kept Joe Philbin around, a guy that has definitely helped build some really good O-lines. And he knows what he's doing. When he took over last season, when Getsy and those guys, were let go, he became a lot more hands-on with that O-line, and they started to gel a lot better towards the tail end of the season. So I don't want to put it all on Brendan Carroll. And once again, this could just be all he say, she say. They could flip the script and have the exact same O-line that we thought was going to start come week one. Once again, only time will tell. Salute to Nav, man, my guy, man. Appreciate you on a $10 smackaroonie. Can guess the thought process with JPJ having the pulling talent. We talked about this and smashing folks. Why not see if someone else can handle the center position? Now Meredith looks slow on snaps and no push forward. I see JPJ at center. And see, this is the thing. I would agree with this stance if even when he was healthy, they were still playing him with the twos and the three. Like he wasn't out there full time with the starters. And once again, you want to see Laki Tasi out there, right? You want to see Caleb Rogers, these young guys, also get some reps and see what they look like. But it just seems like JPJ is like the only guy, namesake-wise, that keeps coming on and off the football field with the ones. And I have my antennas are going up. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? But Nav, look, man, I agree with you. If that is their thought process of JPJ having the pulling abilities, right? And yeah, that smash mouth football, running up and knocking. I mean, we've seen it in preseason. He came down and smacked the shit out of somebody. That's JPJ's game. But if you're going to struggle at the center spot with Jordan Meredith, people don't realize what is the brain of the offensive line, Hammer?
Center.
The brain, right? That's the brain trust. Yeah. That's where everything stems from. And you're putting a guy there that hasn't played it down at the NFL level there at the center spot, compared to a guy in JPJ that got some reps there last season and looked better to me than he did at guard. So I don't know, man. It is what it is. Salute to Nav. Appreciate you on the $10 special. He also went on to say, should not be a surprise. Pete said it's going to be a competition. Hey, man, I'm all for the competition aspect of thing, you guys. I am. This is not me saying just give JPJ the job. The thing is, I want to see him get more reps at the center spot. If you're going to have this be a true competition, for what I'm hearing is Meredith is out there damn near full time. If this is going to be a true competition, I want to see JPJ out there more as well. Like it's like a foregone conclusion now that he's going to be a guard. And now there's questions that he is even going to be a starting guard. I don't know, man. Let me see. Pete said JPJ has a broken rib. No, they did not say he did not say he has a broken rib. He said he was punched in the rib. He said that Alex Kappa potentially has a cracked rib and that he'll be back soon. That wasn't with JPJ. So I don't know what you mean, Toasty. I think you're off base here, brother. I think you meant to say Kappa. So JPJ was punched in the ribs. They said nothing along the lines of him having a broken rib. Wasn't that about Kappa, what he said, the cracked rib?
Pretty sure it was Kappa. I did not hear anything about JPJ having broken ribs, though.
Here is the quote right here. After practice, Carroll noted that both JPJ and Kappa are dealing with rib injuries. Kappa in particular is having troubles breathing, but he doesn't expect it to be a long-term issue. He says he's got a rib issue. It's a crack or something. This was Alex Kappa. It was not JPJ. So there you go. Let me see. That content. Salute to my guy, Mon Dizzy. Content. Oh, you got the soundbite now.
Now we officially have it on the board, bro.
Oh, shit. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Let me see. Also, I want to talk about this situation. I didn't get a chance to speak on this yet. Some people were in my they were in on my timeline and saying, oh my God, Geno isn't a leader. He's not a leader. He's flipping fans off and blah, 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 blah. Maxx came out and did it too. Yes, Maxx was going to bat for his quarterback, right? That's what leaders do. They go to bat for their guys. They go to war for their guys. Pete Carroll stood up for both of them in his presser. They were asking him questions about it. And what did he have to say about it? He said, did you read the sign? Like, did anybody read this sign? The sign said, bigger bust, Geno or Jamarcus Russell. And apparently, this is the same sign guy that had something to say about Josh Jacobs 2 years ago when Josh ran for that touchdown, I believe, in overtime to win that game. So this guy has a history of putting up signs and kind of, rubbing the opposite teams the wrong way. So what's the issue with Geno going out there and setting the tone and flipping a guy off? I mean, the bigger bust, Geno or Jamarcus Russell. Look, this is no knock to Geno, but I don't think any quarterback, especially active right now, wants to be in the same conversation as Jamarcus Russell. Like, what are we doing here? Like, and I think that Geno understands how tough the Raider fans take the whole Jamarcus Russell discussion because we were there. We lived through it. Took him at one, and it didn't pan out at all. And since then, it just seems as though we have not been able to get shit together outside of maybe 1 or 2 seasons. So it's been tough to get over that first-round bust of Jamarcus Russell. So, I like that Pete went out there and said, did you read the sign? So on and so forth. Did you see what it said? I like it. This is football, you guys. Anybody that doesn't like this shit, I'm sorry. I don't mean to offend you, but you're soft. Like, you're soft, bro.
If you don't like it, too fucking bad.
Flip the bird. Facts. Like, what are we doing here? Geno came out, and once again, that game and that place means a lot to Geno. That's the place where he got his career together. Him and Pete Carroll, former most improved player, 2-time Pro Bowler. Seattle means a ton to him. So the first guy that he sees coming out the tunnel is calling him a bigger bust, or is he a bigger, like, what are we doing here, bro? Like, what are we doing here? Whoever has the issue with our quarterback doing that is soft. Just because you guys are so used to Derek Carr, you probably went out there and put prayer hands up. This is a different situation. Let's don't knock the DC. I love him and I respect, what he brought to this organization. But this is a guy that goes about his business a little differently. This is a guy that people were killing a month or so ago about a flag football game because he was out there passionate about what was going on out there. Like, this is what you get. He is a guy that's going to go out there and lead this team the way he leads this team. And hey, if you're going out there flipping shit off, I love it. I love it. I love it. Geno, I hope week 1 you go out to New England and you flip off everybody. Flip them all off. Run around the whole fucking football field and flip everybody off. Last I heard, there was a lot of racism out there in Boston.
There absolutely is. That's why I refuse to go up to New England for that game.
You want to tell them why we're not going to that game? Because that was the game that I wanted to go to. And all the guys, my Northeast brothers, wasted their hammer and said, oh, no, we're not going up there. Nope. So, hey, I'm just stating the obvious here, y'all. Stop being so fucking soft. And I'm not trying to – this is to anybody who has an issue with our quarterback going out there and doing that. I love it. Go out there and let it be known. I don't give a shit what you're talking about.
Geno 316.
And the thing is this too. I'm not a guy that I don't do politics. I don't like talking race. But when you put Geno in the conversation with Jamarcus Russell, Hammer, what's the first thing that you think?
Black.
Right? Geno wasn't a first-round pick.
No,
he was a second-round guy out of West Virginia.
Yep.
Jamarcus was the number one guy who went number one to the Raiders. So like when you see a sign like that, if I'm coming out the tunnel, I'm thinking the first thing I'm thinking is this racist motherfucker. Like, what are we doing here? I know they're both Raiders, you guys, but one was in the second round. One was drafted to the Raiders at number one. Come on, man. What are we doing here, man? I shouldn't be this mad, right? It's my anniversary, dog. It's my anniversary, man. It's like, come on, man. Like, what can't believe it. I can't believe it. I can't believe this shit, man. Let me see. Ain't about being scared. Just don't want to deal with Peyton. What do you mean, brother? What do you mean?
I'm so confused.
Pilgrim just says, glass breaks. Geno got double fingers because Geno Code said so. Talk that talk. Talk that talk. Alexander, he is a 8-year vet.
He was a first-round pick as well.
Yeah, drafted overall 28 to the Pittsburgh Steelers. His brother has had a successful career as well.
Is that is Trey's his brother?
Yeah, they're brothers.
Shit. No,
Yeah,
we know Trey is definitely better than him. I'm sorry.
Oh no, for sure. I mean, look, he is a Raider now, so I'm rooting for Terrell Edmonds. But I don't look at this pickup as anything more than a depth move. A guy that Pete just thinks that can come in and help set that tone. What is he preaching? Physicality. And this is a big dude, 6'1". Like, I think that he likes what he could potentially bring to the table. And if he's healthy and he's good to go, why not kick the tires?
6'1", 217. And you said it before, you could see him in the slot.
Yeah.
I can see you also, like, when we were talking about it earlier, we also, like, you had also said linebacker when we were off the air. And I could see either or, but it's just let's see how much he's out there for on Saturday. And let's see what Uncle Pete or even PG have to say about him in camp and practices and everything as well.
LV, man, I just smoked one. My nerves are bad, man. But guess what? I'm waiting for Friday night to smoke one with my big bro, LV. I will see you in Vegas very soon. I spoke to Stu today. He is excited. We are hyped. We're about to be out there going ape shit come Thursday night. Stay tuned, you guys. We're going to have some fun. And I wanted to let you guys know, too, that Stu is in very good spirits. He told me to tell everybody thank you guys so much for the prayers and the condolences and all that good stuff. He is in a good space right now. He's just excited to get around his former teammates in the organization. And, man, he's hyped, man. He can't wait. He texted me today. He was like, dude, I am pumped, bro. Like, we're about to have a ball. So if you guys are at Allegiant Stadium, once again, please let me know. We will be in the Win Club, I believe, or the Champions Club, one of them. And me and Stu will definitely be leaving there and walking around the stadium and trying to link up with everybody. So please let us know if you're around. We would love to kick it with you guys, have a drink, and hang out. Salute to Vegas. I'm curious, is Aiden O'Connell potentially available for a trade? If so, which teams might express interest in acquiring him? Well, there's a few teams. I mean, let me say this. He didn't do himself he did himself a disservice. The first preseason game, 2 picks, kind of made up for it a little bit with that Dylan Lowry touchdown. He looked pretty good that last drive where him and Philip Dorsett were connecting a ton. But I don't really know. I mentioned New England because of the Josh McDaniels. Tennessee is an interesting team. Will Levis is gone for the season. They got Cam out there. Maybe they want to bring in another guy, a veteran that could potentially back them up. I don't know really any other teams that would.
He could join Cleveland with that circus of course. Not me, funny.
I know, right? But I mean, I don't really know what team would be potentially interested in making a move for him. I'll tell you this, Vegas, I'm still lying on my hot take that Cam Miller is going to win that quarterback 2 spot. He showed a little promise there at the end of the game, going 6 for 7 with a touchdown. So hopefully he gets a ton of more burn against the Niners. That Niners, was it the second team defense, I believe? They had Bo Nix on a swivel. That boy threw the most nastiest safety in the end zone. It was bad. So it's going to be interesting to see if Cam can get out there and look that good against some of those guys with the Niners. They always put one of the better defenses out there in football. So I want to see Cam get a whole half Saturday. And I'm talking about the first half. Like, I know they may save him for the third and fourth because maybe they still are trying to showcase Aiden a little bit. But I would like to see Cam go out there against potentially the 1s and 2s early on. So we'll see. Yeah, Alex, he didn't look good. That was a nasty safety too, man. Like, there was a nasty awareness by a year 2 guy in Bo Nix. Like just ran into the back of the end zone and didn't get the ball back to the line of scrimmage. It was like, what are you doing here? I'm hoping that sophomore slump starts. I'm here for it. If Bo Nix doesn't perform, the Denver Broncos don't perform. So I'm always here for it. And I can't wait to do our show tomorrow with the AFC West family because we get to talk a little shit about Bo Nix, and Ben is going to hate every single second of it. So I love it. Alex's Cam looked pretty good. Yeah. In limited fashion, he definitely did. I love that pump fake, to Jack. It was Jackson.
That was Jackson.
That double move,
the first and 24, the dime he dropped on him.
Yeah. I mean, look, man, a 6th-round guy in a UDFA, that double pump, double move by Jackson, that was just a beautiful display of football right there. I know it was at the end of the game and you're playing 3s and 4s, but to see Cam, like I said, that was a beautiful pump fake and a double move by Jackson. Loved it. I'm here for it. Let me see. Yeah, and you know what's funny, bro? Dog, Stiddy looked good out there. He looked good. That was the best quarterback they had out there against the Niners, and they still got blown the hell out. But he looked good. Well, no, I'm lying. Denver blew them out, right? Beat the shit out of them. Denver won by a ton. But early on, I remember it was like 11-10 in like the second quarter or something, and then just all the backups came in. So, yes, I know, Tyler, and that's crazy that I was new to that during the game. I found out.
Somebody said it in the comments while we were doing it, and I was like, wait, what?
Yeah. DeMarcus, I wouldn't be shocked. I just think that there's so much competition already there at the linebacker spot. I don't see them bringing in Edmonds and making him a full-time linebacker when they just converted Jamal Adams to a linebacker. You know what I mean? Like, they need some more help at the safety spot. If they're not sold right now on Harper and Trey and Chris Smith, they brought him in to be a safety and a guy that can kick down and give us some reps in the nickel as well. I don't see him being a linebacker at all. I think that they like Jermaine Pratt a ton. I think that they trust Landon Roberts to help us a ton in the ground game. They still believe in Devin White, and then they want to see Eichenberg and Lindenberg and Ferrari get some reps. Just too much going on already at the linebacker position. They need him to add some value there to the safety spot. So, but we'll see. You never know. I mean, shit, JPJ's not a center. So you never know. You never know with these guys. Let me see. Salute to Sean Thoughts in the building, man. What's up, nation? Just pulling up for some content. Salute to my guy. Alexander, if Cam shows up solid these last 2 preseason games, the Raiders might have something with the kid. Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely, man. Definitely. And look, I'm not here to put too much stock into a guy coming into the 4th quarter and doing what he did. I need to see more. I'm not, once again, I love the way Shedeur played the other day, but I'm not going to be over the top and say, oh my God, he's going to be an all-pro guy and we missed out on the future MVP. Do I still wish Shedeur was in the silver and black? Definitely. But, I'm not going to do the whole, what was Shedeur, 11 for 17? He had 2 touchdowns?
2 touchdowns, yeah.
Something like that. Not too much stock. Now, I might add a little bit of trolling activities to the Shedeur situation because of how much I wanted Shedeur as a Raider. But I'm going to pump the brakes a little bit with the whole Cam. Need to see more. If he could do that against the Niners and the Arizona Cardinals on the way into week 1, honestly, man, I don't see Aiden making this roster. I don't. Like, I think that he's the odd man out. But we'll see. Let me see. Yeah, exactly. Just right. Like we need to see more. Definitely to see more. Nav, I agree. I think that he's going to end up being a starter, but I think that Cleveland is going to overthink it, and they're going to go with the veteran. He needs to be their starter. I think they're going to go with Flacco, who is, you can see it. I'm hearing at camp, he just looks like Father Time is cotton up to him. And, he's going to struggle if he's their starter. Gabriel's not ready to go at all. And then Kenny Pickett is Kenny Pickett. So, but Omni, we went over that, brother. We went over that. And also, not only Vinny B, but Pete Carroll talked about it in the presser. Kappa may potentially have a cracked rib, and JPJ was punched in the ribs, and he's having an issue with his ribs. So they didn't want to just throw him out there. But I think, once again, that kind of just adds more suspense to the JPJ situation, right? It's like, damn, it's always something with this guy thus far in the offseason. Since that Genty soundbite, it's like there's just been all kinds of question marks surrounding JPJ. So, but it is what it is. We'll see. I just hope, man, that this offensive line can get their shit together, man, because if they don't, that means Geno struggles. then that means Ashton Genty struggles. Then that means that Dante, Trey Tucker, and Brock Bowers, all these guys are not going to eat the way that they need to eat. That O-line needs to get the shit together. I feel like there's still a ton of time left in training camp, 2 more preseason games to figure it out, but I just don't like the way the train is going now. Is that okay? I'm not crying, you guys. A lot of people keep telling me on Twitter, quit bitching. No. Look, I don't like where the train is at right now. That's okay. As a fan, I can have my differences of opinion than some of you guys. I don't like the sound of what they're doing with JPJ right now. I hate it. I just do. And yeah, if the O-line struggles, that means more L's on the way. You ain't never lied, brother. Facts. And Tyler, I trust in Pete as well. I'm very happy that Pete Carroll's here. I am, But once again, I'm not going to act as though even his time in Seattle that they had the best offensive line. I remember Russell Wilson out there running for his life, Hammer. That luckily they had a future Hall of Famer in Marshawn Lynch out there running the show, right? But they never had the strongest O-line out there with Pete. It seemed as though he couldn't really get that O-line together. I remember Russ having to go out there and make all kind of moves with his legs in order for them to keep shit right, keep shit rolling. But it is what it is. And if I'm wrong about that, please let me know. Because I remember Seattle struggled at the offensive line position years with Pete Carroll in the building. So I'm just hoping they figure it out. Lincoln Kennedy checking in, bro. O-line problem. What you mean? Did he? I seen him speak on it.
That's probably what he meant.
Okay. And Alzado, I'm hoping that's the case, my brother. I'm hoping that is the case. They did it when they drafted Ashton Genty. Remember last minute, we all thought that Kelvin, it was Banks was going to be a Raider, right? A lot of people, oh my God, we're going to go get the tackle out of Texas, and then it was, oh no, they're going to get Mimbu, the right tackle out of Missouri, and next thing you know, Genty's a Raider. So we'll see. All the signs were that potentially Shador would have been a Raider because of connections to Tom Brady, and next thing you know, we waited until the 6th round to get Cam Miller. So only time will tell. Oh, Lincoln Kenny's walking practice tomorrow. Okay. So we'll see. Oh yeah, and Sean, they said that. They said it. But once again, when I hear that the O-line struggled today at camp, that's a little worrisome because that D-line struggled in the preseason game. Once again, very vanilla, so they weren't showing too many looks. But if you're hearing Maxx and Kuntz, I mean, come on, we know what they can do. But you got Booker out there, you got some of these other guys, Jonah Lalu and these guys trying to figure out their role on that D-line, and the O-line is struggling. It's a little worrisome for me. Let me see. And yeah, David King, that's shuffling the O-line 2 weeks before the first game has me a little worried. Yeah. Laki Tassi has a really good shot at making this roster. I'm impressed with this dude, for real. Definitely. I think he's a year or 2 away. They have to develop him. He definitely has to get his technique together. He's a rugby guy, so it's going to take some time to get his footwork in check and all the other good stuff. But he has the weaponry to get it done at the next level for sure. I definitely wouldn't want to be a defensive lineman going up against Laki Tassi. That shit is a scary sight. So, but I definitely think he'll make the roster for sure. Do you think JPJ is happy? Drum, I don't know. I haven't spoken to him. So I don't know where JPJ is at, with how happy he is with the organization. I'm not here to speculate on that. I can only speculate on how I feel, or talk about how I feel about the scenario. I don't really know where he is in terms of his happiness. Let me see. He said basic and vanilla isn't a good excuse. It's scary if you can't execute basic and vanilla. Well, I can say this. If they're practicing a certain way in training camp and then they're expected to go out there and go vanilla, things change a little bit. So, I'm not expecting them to go out there and just take the top off, off jump when they're changing schematically what they're doing out there. You got to remember, that they're out there in training camp practicing what they're going to look like come week 1. So, but I hear you, brother. I hear you. Bill Romanowski, I'm talking to Tonka. We rolling? So Bill out there? Bill will be out there at the alumni. We always see Bill out there at the alumni party. You remember that story, Hammer?
I don't want to say it no more.
Go ahead, say it.
I was just having that conversation with somebody at work the other day and showed them the video. I think it was Halo that had the video from the distance.
Oh my God. He's over there making him his bitch. Yo, that was hilarious. I'm always excited to see Bill Romanowski. If he is there at the alumni party on Friday, bro, I'm going up and I'm getting my dog a drink for sure. Salute to Romo. Julio, JMCD was stuck in his ways, and I thought this coaching staff was going to be different and put the best players at their natural position. It's not rocket science. Put JPJ at the center position. Now that right there, I can agree with. Once again, I'm not going to end me talking about JPJ at the center position until I speak it into existence. Speak it into existence. I need to see him there. Let me see. He says, Graphk, great picks of the Hall of Fame in the background. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Salute to my guy, Mo Ferns, over on Instagram. If you guys get a chance to, look him up. He does all those paintings. He sent me a couple for the lab. So make sure you guys check him out. Mo Ferns on Instagram. Look at Anthony in the building. Great out game. And talk. Salute to Lamar. Talk that talk, Graphk. Raiders. I just wanted to say that. We'll be all right. And look, I think we'll be okay, man. This is not me once again jumping the gun. I'm not one of them type of people, man, that I lead with optimism all the time. And some people hate me for it. I don't really care. I'm still very much bought into what they're doing with the culture and what they're doing on the field. You know, I'm hearing great things out of training camp with these guys. Did that show week one in preseason? No, it definitely did not. But once again, you're not, Chip Kelly's not showing you anything. Pete Carroll's not showing you anything. So it is what it is. Yeah, Helani was definitely killing it out there, Alec. He was out there smoking shit for sure. I feel like Geno is going to be still as quarterback 2 in fantasy football. No one picking him, but I think he's going to sling it this year.
Yeah, I would definitely consider him as a QB2.
I mean, think about it like this, Sky High. He played with a worse O-line out there last year in Seattle. Had, 4,300 yards in the air, about 21 touchdowns. I know he had 15 picks, but he definitely he definitely had a ton of passing yards with a worse ground game and a worse O-line. So, I mean, I don't think it's a nasty idea at all to take Geno out there as a QB2. I think that's a great fallback plan. I'm not against it. Yeah, that Dante, man, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. And he's excited, you guys. He is excited. He's excited. Eddie, I'm not going back to the garage for the lives, bro. It's too hot out there. It's too hot. I used to be out. Bro, remember one time we did that 15-hour live for St. Jude's? Dog, I think I lost about 10 pounds. That Texas heat is different, bro.
Dude was in a sauna sweating like a whore in church.
Bro, I was sweating, bro, profusely on screen. It was nasty, nasty work. Eddie, you will never get a garage show ever again. It's not happening. Salute to my day ones, though.
Kane Town said he's been cooking with Dante in the new Madden.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you know what? I got to order that. I got to get it. I got to get the new one. Salute to Kane Town in the building. Yeah, man. Hey, Mel, right? Got to have enough time for these guys to stretch the football field.
Your O-line don't work. Your offense don't work. Point blank, period.
Yeah. It's not going to give Trey enough time to get out there and stretch the football field, and Dante either. It's not going to give, Brock enough time to cook up. They got to get the shit together. Let me see. So the Nab man again. Let me throw this at you. Pete is good at doing stuff a bit different. He built a team in Seattle that never won a Super Bowl, was done the same way as now. What do you mean by that? Nav, elaborate a little bit in the comment section, bro, if you can. He said Pete's good at doing stuff. He built a team in Seattle that never won a Super Bowl, was done the same way now. Elaborate in the comment section if you can, brother. Salute to everybody here, you guys. Coming up on an hour. Wipe them feet. Make sure you guys break them thumbs on Hammer's channel. Hit that subscribe button if you guys are not subscribed yet. Demokes, I definitely read your super, my brother. I promise you. I would not skip the GOAT Demokes, even though you were wrong about Aiden O'Connell. Would never skip the super.
Wrong.
Yo, let me see. Geno rolling out smooth as silk, though. Nice to have a dude with some wheels. Yeah, definitely. And, what was he? 1 for 3? I think in that
1
series.
for 3, 15 yards.
Yeah, and once again, that wasn't his fault at all. 2 drops. Dante dropped 1. Jacoby dropped 1. He put 1, dropped it in Tucker's bucket. What was it, 15-yarder? That was a beautiful pass. Didn't Dante get 1 too? I could have swore Dante got 1 as well. Or was that
had a reception?
Yeah, he did. He had 1 for 17. Was that from Aiden? It must have been from Aiden.
I think it might have been from Aiden.
Geno had 1 pass to Trey Tucker for 15. He threw to Dante, and Dante dropped that ball in the boundary.
He said, Pete Carroll chewing CBD gum. I'm done. Y'all are clowns.
Let me see. Once again, also, man, salute to everybody listening to this on Spotify and Apple Podcast. Yo, the numbers have been going crazy lately on the audio podcast. So thank you to everybody who is subscribed and downloading all the shows on Spotify or on Apple Podcast. You guys are definitely appreciated. You're definitely helping the brand with that. A lot of people, are reaching out now because of the audio podcast in terms of sponsors and other stuff, because some sponsors tend to want to stay away from the YouTube lives and stuff like that. So we added the audio podcast. So salute to everybody over there downloading. It definitely helps us. Real talk, man. Ron Justice, good to see my guy in the building. George Manley's here as well. Salute. Alexander Chip Kelly getting paid a lot, so better. Oh man, look, I think the offense is gonna be okay. The O-line needs to get it together, but Chip, man, remember also there was no motioning out there at all. They didn't show anything. It was very, very, very bland. Once week 1 comes around, it's gonna be fun because I think that New England's gonna have one of the better defenses in football. I do. Yeah. So this is going to be a fun test come week 1 on the road in a very hostile environment out there in New England playing. So Chip better have all it, he better have his card, everything in order, man, because look, they want to show that they hired the right guy in Mike Vrabel. I'm telling you right now. So they're going to come out there playing like their hair's on fire. Look at Trayvon Henderson. Dude ran 100-yard kick return the other day. And then I think he had 1 carry for like 18 yards. They were like, we've seen enough. Get him out the game. Like Trayvon Henderson is going to be a stud. If he can stay healthy, this dude, he may be one of the better running backs in football, Hammer. I'm telling you right now, that dude, did you see that 100-yard return?
Yeah.
Nasty.
You heard Laube yesterday in his presser talking about this new kickoff format. Like that ball's going to be live more times than not this season. So you're probably going to see a lot of more opportunities for some really good kick returns and probably a couple to the house more often than not this coming season.
Did you see that 70-yard field goal yesterday?
Man, I saw the video in the middle of the night and I was just like, what the fuck? Like, this is not real. Like,
bro,
that's 70. Insane. And dude had plenty of room to spare. He could have it could have been deeper than 70.
Yeah.
I was like, that's crazy.
That man just earned him a roster spot. Like, for real. 70, that would have been the record if it was a regular season.
Yep.
I hate that it doesn't count because it's preseason. Like, that should go down in the record books. 70-yard field goal. That's absolute insanity, bro. Salute to Buckets. Been looking at these AFC rosters, depth chart, and I feel like we're a Fire Bengals team. Wait, we're like a Fire Bengals team. Elite offense and 1 stud on defense. 1 stud? I think Kuntz is going to be a stud for us. I think that at least one of those linebackers are going to stand out this year. Jamal Adams. I think that Darian Porter is going to be a stud for us. I think we have more than just 1 stud on the defensive side of the ball. Now, once again, Buckets, right? A lot of these guys are improving, and we're just hoping that it happens. I think Jeremy Chinn's going to be a stud for us as well. So, but hey, man, look, the Bengals have done what with the bad defense? They got to a Super Bowl. They damn near won it. So we'll see. But if we have to depend on Geno to go out there and put 40, 50 points up a game, that's not going to happen. We're going to lose a ton of ball games if that's what we're depending on, for sure. Let me see. Hammer, we need another Laube show. That was a great live. You know what we're going to do? We're going to set up a Graphk and Hammer show and bring Dylan on. That's what we're going to do. I'm definitely going to hit him up. He's excited right now, but hey, man, real football is right around the corner. We're not going to have Dylan on for a while. We'll wait until the bye week.
Definitely find it funny though. Our first game is against New England, right?
Mm-hmm.
You hit me up about a certain player with an interception the other day for New England.
Yeah.
And I met the dude. We exchanged numbers and everything. I haven't even hit him up to be like, yo, congratulations on that pick.
You know what, though? I might be with Dylan Friday or Saturday. So maybe we'll have some time to do something. We'll see. But this is the time, you guys, where we try to let the players just focus on football, man. We don't want to take away from what they got going on. That bye week is always special to us because we can try to bring on some guys when they have some downtime. So stay tuned. Top Beats, he always doing this. I'm going to bring that up because my guys, you can always expect the OG out of Oakland to come in here and get over the top with some shit after 1 preseason game. But we'll talk about it. He cleared it by a few yards. Graphk. That was at least a 74, 75 yarder for sure. For sure. Gene T is not. Genty's not a. How do you know that? How do you know that, Top? Are you going off of 3 carries in the preseason? How do you know that? From what I'm hearing at training camp, he looks like everything that was advertised. So let's pump the brakes here. Let's pump the brakes here. And honestly, if they wanted Trayvon Henderson, they could have got him. If Chip Kelly could have went to bat for him, like, I need my guy in this system, but they didn't. They went and got Genty there at 6. So let's pump the brakes a little bit, man. Watch come week 1, man, and he's out here ripping and running for 60, 70 yarders. It's gonna be like, oh shit, okay, we know what we got. I'm not doing that. It's way too early. Look, I would give Genty, you know what? I'm not even gonna say year 2 because we took him at 6 and we expect him to be this generational talent, right? Look, he got year 1. I'm gonna give him this season to put it all together. Yeah, Alec, I'm not either. Okay, Top, you definitely did. You definitely did. And you're sticking to what you sticking to it. But guess what, Top? Wrong. But he was on the Genty hate train even before we took him. So I can't get mad. My dog's keeping that same energy. Not mad. Let the man stand straight up like Michael Myers. Hey, man, there's still time. So we'll see. Salute to, let me see. I believe it. 45-16. But once again, that O-line has to hold up. They got to hold up. I think that left side of that line is going to be strong. I do.
No, definitely. It's from center to right guard is the concern right now because we know Glaze is a lock at right tackle.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that he can put it together this year in year 2 and be that anchor at the right tackle position.
I think he's going to be just fine.
I do too. But he better because he's going to have Charles Grant breathing down his fucking neck if he doesn't put it together in year 2. Once again, previous regime. It's another guy that was drafted by Tom Telesco. And I love DJ Glaze. I think he's going to be a stud for us. But he better be that guy because if not, Spytech said, you know what? I'm going to go get some dogs back to back. And those are his guys. So we'll see. Jay Raider says Bo Jackson's nephew balled out. Definitely, man. He definitely cooked. I'm excited to see if he can make the back end at that wide receiver room. I mean, what do he have? Like 76 yards on 4 catches?
I think he's going to.
If he continues to do what he did week 1, definitely. Salute to Cane Town, man. Genty going for 1,400 yards, 12 TDs year 1. Period. Talk. Salute to Bam Bam Bigelow, my guy, Cane Town Raider. My dog. Salute to my boy. Bachman, low-key nice. Yeah, I think Bachman and Jackson can be those guys that make the back end of that wide receiver group. Hit them 2. And if Tommy Malott can have a strong game 2 and game 3, he could potentially be that. Because we got some guys already locked in, right? I mean, Jacoby, Dante, Tucker, Besh. You know, how many receivers are we keeping? Are we going to keep 6? We're going to keep, like, how many? Like,
somebody put out, and I wish I could remember who it was. Somebody put a post out with their projected 53-man roster after this first preseason game. And I think, if I remember correctly, they had us carrying 5 running backs and I think 6 receivers.
There's no way.
Lauby's one of those running backs.
There's 4 backs. There's no way they carry that many. I don't see it. Maybe they throw Collier on the practice squad and they run with 4 and then they keep 6 wide receivers. But then at that point, maybe even Philip Dorsett, maybe the veteran, he's having a good training camp with the Raiders thus far. I looked at him as a camp body, but he's returning kicks. He looked good in his little time with Aiden out there. We'll see. That's the competition that I'm keeping an eye on right there. That back end of that wide receiver group. Phillip, Jackson,
Bachman, Dorsett.
Bachman, and Malott. Definitely keeping an eye on and Colin Johnson as well, the 6'6" kid out of San Jose. So salute to Nav. Pete built Seattle on show me. Reason to think this is different. We're a lot of positives in the last game, just not on the O-line and D-line. I liked Adams flying around, trying to be positive hammer for reals. So I get what you're saying now. I get what you're saying. But the thing is, you never want to hear the trenches you're struggling, right? That's if you're not good there in the trenches, you're not going to be a good football team. If you can't get to the quarterback or protect your quarterback, your team is going to struggle and you're going to see a ton of L's. I don't think I've ever seen a highly competitive team that won a ton of ball games with one of the worst D-lines and worst O-lines in football. If that interior can't get this shit together, we can't expect Maxx and Kuntz to save us. If that O-line can't get this shit together, you can't expect Geno and Ashton and company to go out there and save us. They need to get this shit together. So, but I hear you, brother. I hear you. But there were some positives. Definitely like the DBs, like what Porter looked like, love what Stokes looked like, Jamal Adams at the linebacker position. I definitely love that. I think the wide receiver room is going to be one of the more sneakier rooms in the NFL. But, once again, we'll see. We'll see. Salute to my guy, Nav. Diet Bengals offense with a little better defense. Hey, man, I'll take that. But you know what, man? It's still early, man. We don't know what this – look, the thing is, I want to trust a Pete Carroll-led defense. When you have Pete Carroll and Patrick Graham and Robbo calling the O-line and Leonard, like, you want to be very, very, like, intrigued and excited about that, right? Like, you bring in Pete Carroll, you're like, oh, well, look, I know at least we're going to have a good defense. Once again, they're not showing their cards yet. So,
you know what? It just made me think of something too, because you mentioned some of these coaches. I wonder how Olsen feels about this quarterback room, or at least between Cam and O'Connell.
You know what's funny? I'm happy you mentioned that. So, Stu hit me up and said, fuck it. We're staying at Olsen's house on Thursday night.
Oh, shit.
So we may be at our quarterback. We may be over at Ollie's house on Thursday night, spending the night. So stay tuned for that, you guys. If we're staying at Olsen's house, I'm definitely getting a questionnaire going with the chat. We're going to get involved. That's going to be fun. But we may stay at our quarterback's coach crib on Thursday. You guys know that there's a ton of ties with Ollie and Stu. They're very, very close. We're supposed to be staying at Teo's house again, our former tight end, on Thursday night. But I don't know. We may fuck around and stay at Greg Olsen's crib, which would be hilarious. But if we do, Hammer, I'm gonna ask him that. I'm gonna ask him.
It just hit me, and I'm like, we can find out what's really going on.
Yeah, definitely. Nav, man, I agree with you, but damn it, my point is, we do have mobile quarterbacks can be sneaky. Yeah, man. I mean, look, Geno's legs are deceiving. He is a pocket passer, but he can definitely get loose and create some plays with his legs for sure. Let me see. Yo,
I remember that shit.
Bro, we've done it.
Yep.
We've done it. Bro, you know how many times he's been drunk in the middle of the night? We're doing these middle of the night shows, and he's calling Greg Olsen. He's calling Mike Allstott. He's calling everybody, fucking Fargus, everybody. So it's actually hilarious, man. Stu gets ripped, and he gets to calling everybody. Let me see. Salute to my guy Hug. I didn't even know Hug was in the building, man. My dog. Who else sleeps on our coordinator's couch to catch a story? Nobody but Graphk. Nobody. It was funny is we mentioned, and then I started seeing a bunch of articles drop about it. When me and Stu were in Indiana, we were talking about who Ollie would have wanted at the quarterback position at the time. And I said a specific name, and then a bunch of people started picking it up. And I was like, you know what? Let me watch my mouth moving forward. I got to chill the hell out. I can't put everything online because I don't want to get anybody in trouble. But I'm just going to say that apparently the guy that Olsen wanted, Tom Brady said, Ixnay on the quarterback A. So it is what it is. K-Town, any news on the Micah Parsons or Terry McLaurin front? Nothing. I think that they're both going to stay with their respective organizations. If I could have either one of them, Manly, it'd be Micah in a heartbeat. But I think Terry's going to stay out there with the Commanders. You cannot move your best wide receiver in year 2 with your young quarterback. It makes no sense. They need to figure that out. They need to figure it out quick. Micah, he's standing firm right now. We'll see what goes on, but I definitely believe we'll be one of those teams in the hunt if they do move him. Teo Johnson, yes, George. The last time we were out there, me, Big Mike, B, Stu, my wife, we all stayed at Teo's condo. He has a condo out there that he Airbnbs, and it was cool, man. Salute to Teo Johnson, man. Good dude too. Hella dope. Kicked it with him at the alumni party. Kicked with afterwards. Good dude, man. For those who don't remember Teo, I believe he was a first-round tight end out of Stanford, I believe, years ago. I think he was a year 1, right? Let's see, man. I think, yeah, Stanford. Oh, round 2. We took him at 63. It's pretty close. Salute to Lecky as well on the $1 holla. Appreciate you, my brother. Real talk. Salute to the 916, my hometown. Nabman says, was that Micah that got run over by a No, that was a
CD.
That was hilarious, bro. This dude got ran over by a ref, embarrassed on social media, and got a penalty. Like he got the trifecta in one whop. It's kind of crazy. Salute to my brother Top, man. Outwork everyone. Come on, you know what time it is, my brother. Get a few more questions in, you guys, before we get out of here. We were only planning to do like a 30, 45-minute show. I'm going to spend the rest of the night with the wife and kids. My boys are finally going back to school, so got to spend some time with them before they head off. Alexander said, "You going to do a coffee and convo?" Yes, I'll be back tomorrow. I got to get some stuff prepared for Vegas, but I'll definitely do something tomorrow, man, for sure. Graham, I appreciate you, brother. Real talk. That means a lot, man. Thank you. 12 years, man. Married, 14 years together. It's been a blessing every single day, man. Life is really great when you're spending it with your soulmate. I'll tell you that right now, man. It makes this thing called life that's already a tough assignment as is, especially for us men, us providers. She makes my life a lot more easier, man. John Calvin, appreciate you, brother. Salute to my brother Hug, man, on the $10 smackaroonie. Hey, Graphk, get on Temu and get you some audio bugs for Ollie's house. Now we got all the news. Bam. No, seriously, don't do that. Happy anniversary, bro. You know what's funny? I think if we do show up to Ollie's house, Ollie might be like, yo, hey, Stu, get Graphk the fuck out of here. Like, they know I cover this team. Mark watches the show, you guys. He's told us that he watches the show. So I don't know if Greg Olsen would think it'd be smart to have one of the top podcasters in this space covering this football team staying at his crib. So I don't know. We'll see. But if we are there, I'm telling y'all now, you guys are going to be the first to know. I'll keep most of this stuff, under wraps. But, yeah, it's going to be hilarious if we end up over there, though. So send Cal, my guy. I send mine to you and Tiffany. Happen to my brother, man. Thank you, brother. Thank you, man. Real talk. Means a lot, brother. Thank you. Jay Money says late night with Graphk and Hammer show now. Talk. Hey, man, look, I was going live. I was going to do the Dolo show. I hit up bro. I said, dog, I am tired. My mind is cooked. I need my bro's assistance. And voila, we're now simulcasting on both channels. So Hug says Graphk has to stay in the pool house. My dog, man. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, Top. Mark says, once again, happy anniversary, Graphk and Mrs. Graphk. Thank you, brother. Real talk. I'm definitely going to talk to Mark, too. Y'all give me some questions, man. What do you want me to ask Mark at the alumni joint? Please let me know. Get some questions in, man. And I'm also going to be once again with Spook Friday night as well, you guys. And we're working on trying to put this show together. So stay tuned for that. I'm definitely working on doing a weekly show with my dog, Spook. So stay tuned for that. Former Raiders running back, Jalen Richard. So, Chef, I'm in late. My bad. The Geno and Maxx flipping the bird to the fans got me so hyped. Dude is such a Raider, and Crosby right behind him with the same energy. As a South Florida boy who lived 10 minutes from Miramar, we got ourselves a G. Talk, my brother. Talk. I loved every minute of it. Being a guy that grew up in Oakland Coliseum and remembering the black hole literally like this every game, opposite of the field like this, I love it. Reminded me of home. So, Chef, appreciate you on the $20 smackaroonie, man. Simply says our lines were Basara. Yeah, week 1, they definitely were. They got to get this shit together, man. That is the motor of both the offense and the defense. They got to get the trenches in order, man. Let's see. Hug, I was going to do that, man, but, I want to keep that relationship intact. The Moats, ask Mark if he's down to get a fake cut. Oh, my God. John, I'm not going to read that. I'm not falling for the UDFA crap today. I'm trying to say that name in my head so it doesn't. Yeah, not doing it. I got it. I put 2 and 2 together. Nasty work. Nasty, disgusting work. Salute to the Mokes as well, man. Anything on the way out, little bro?
No.
Nothing really to talk about. Once again, the Raiders went out today and signed you guys veteran safety Terrell Edmonds. He'll definitely provide some depth with Lonnie Johnson out of the lineup with that injury. We talked a little bit about the JPJ situation. I'm pissed. I'm going to be real with you. I don't like where this thing is going on the offensive line. But once again, I could be wrong. This could be just a bunch of bait and they're fucking with us. We'll see. Only time will tell. Yes, come on, man. That's the family. That's the family. From what I'm hearing, C. Wood should be flying in Saturday for the game. So if he shows up, you're going to be seeing us kicking it. And that Wilson whiskey's going to be on full display. That's
still waiting my care package.
Jay still ain't sent it?
No.
Well, now I got to call my dog. Come on, Jay. Get your shit together, man. WilsonWhiskey.com if you guys have not gotten a bottle yet. Crickets. It's nasty work. Ask Mark, what's good with them ticket prices, man? Hey, man. Nasty work out there, bro. Even the preseason game, the Niners game, those tickets are nasty. They're nasty. Thank God we got hit with some. Like, that shit is gross. It's bad. But, hey, man, Mark getting his bag, man. Yes, Robert, I should be recording it Thursday night. So stay tuned for that. I'm staying with my brother Fingers Thursday nights, picking me up at the airport around 11:30 at night, and we're going straight to the studio. So stay tuned. Let's see what we can cook up.
Damn, they're gonna be in that studio all fucking night, y'all. I'll tell you right now.
Oh, you've been with us before?
Yeah, I will tell y'all from experience. He's gonna be in that shit all fucking night.
Coffees galore, and we're gonna be in that thing, moving and shaking it, trying to knock out as much music as possible. So stay tuned. Do you still want Shedeur Sanders if he's cut? J Money, I do, but do you think the Raiders will? I don't think so. I think they like Cam Miller, and if they do move on from anybody, it's gonna be Aiden. Personally, hot take, maybe, but it is what it is. I don't think Shedeur will be a Raider. I would love it. I would love it. Like, that would be phenomenal. Because once again, who's better to learn than under Geno Smith? Those guys have a rapport already. I would love it. Would love it. Let me see. G-Town says, would you do a feature with Darren Waller? No comment. Let me see. Freight Train. So me and Stu are going to try and pull up early for the game and head out to the J-Lot and hang out with the nation for a little bit. So I'll keep you in the loop, brother. I'm doing maybe 2 or 3 shows before we get there. So I'll let you know. But we should be out there. And then we're definitely going to go visit the what is it called again, Hammer?
What?
The dad, a Raider dad? We're supposed to go visit him, Murph, and Swag and them out there.
Yes.
In one of the lots as well. So I'll keep you posted. Let me see. Yeah, no, Pernell. He did. He definitely did. I'm excited to see what Tonka can look like moving forward. But man, other than that, you guys, appreciate. We'll be live tomorrow, Coffee and Convo. We'll talk a little ball Tuesday night. That's what it was, not tomorrow. AFC West show. We'll be back. Me, Darcy, and Ben breaking down everything AFC West. Wednesday, I'm gonna try and put together a show with the guys before I get out of here. So stay tuned for that. Maybe me and Big Mike can get a show in early before I get on my flight Thursday. On the way out, salute to Hug once again on the $10 special. Ask Mark if you can put a dress code into the stadium. Only silver, black, and white. You can wear your team's crap, but it better be the right color. That'll solve that destination city vibe in the stands. That's a bar. I like that. Salute to my brother Hug. Other than that, y'all, as always, wipe them feet on the way out, break them thumbs on the way out, hit that subscribe button. We are outro, y'all. Wow.